like Sam. A portal is opened. Shall I deliver us true? It must. Well, here's where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way, one sure step at a time. My friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. Here we go. Thancred would scout the road ahead. Y'shtola and Orianger would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Graha would join in their discussion, or else chat with me and Alize about the mission. Estinian would be at the rear, her part yet present. All the while, you would come and go, wherever you are needed, and together we would travel. All I can hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat. It's so much quieter now. But the fact we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. Oh. They are. They are, aren't they? I don't know. The innumerable lights that shine in the distance, to think that they all could have birthed civilizations. To think that everything they built has gone to dust, their peoples lost to despair. Of the stars floating in this sea of midnight, ours is a lonely aberration. And yet, no matter how many worlds have met their ends, with you and Alize beside me, there is nothing I fear. No ocean so vast I cannot cross. These broken stars I see, shattered, ruptured, unraveled. I wonder if they're also worlds recreated at their ends. The sight of them fills me with a sorrow I cannot describe. A truth I cannot deny. Look at them together, sweet babies. Birth and death, whence we came and where we'll return. A wheel from which there is no escape. Hi, buddy. Link's nudging my arm. He knows I'm sad. Hi. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day, relieved as the fragments of that other life fade away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it... No, I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine. They are me. The That's right. The portal is barely visible from up here. Truly, we've come far. Much farther than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It is because we have known failure and frustration that we have learned and grown from them, that Heidelin has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me, don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone. And while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. Your kids, no. Rest assured I am fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we're but a few steps away from journey's end. It will be over before we know it. That's the scary part. Well, this is it, the end of the path and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless, yet come what may, let us have no regrets. No, let us have pride in what we have achieved, and what we achieved and how it changed us for the better. That's worth fighting for, and dying for, as they did. There's some structures up ahead, still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same, and for you most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just, after all the help you've given me, for once I want to be able to help the one to help you. Coming through with kids, pardon me. The music. All right, Elena. This is almost. Normal? It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both accounts. There is simply no one here. Good old Meteon. This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None live to speak for the dead. They're gone. Gone, search all you like, but you only end up turning back. If there is no one here, then neither should there be a motion to bar our way. Yet Meteon seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? That's a good question. Whatever Meteon may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. That's Thancred. Sam, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? There's people. There's life. I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alphino and compare what we've learned.
Did you find anything?
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteon seen.
Ah. Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I want to say all of these.
I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone, and for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain. You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing?
Alize does not
It's
consent.
too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero. She's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet... And yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one. For instance, a path where she finds happiness at journey's end.
I won't be happy losing all
This
of
much,
you.
I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on.
No.
Thank you. What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters. As did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear. I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Atheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger. We rise, fall, and rise again.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
I hate this. Don't show me their parents.
Please, please, oh, please let them all be safe. Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache.
That's what I have after all this crying.
They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry, an associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
In this city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. sorrow of 1,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on.